You know, hey, I'm Chris Paw. This is the best damn roast battle podcast. Period. I'm here with my best friends and co-hosts, Tabitha Jones.
Hi, on.
Jeremy Shear.
Hi, I'm one of Chris's best friends.
You can hear us all this week, which is amazing.
Yeah.
It's much better, 100% upgrade from last week.
I don't know. Last week, all you could hear was Tabitha, and
Yeah.
I think that's pretty great.
That's pretty good. You could hear the two of us and not the two fat losers,
Yeah.
which we have 50% less of this week. Or I would say probably 75% less
Yeah,
of, roughly.
Kyle makes up the most of any equation he's a part of.
Yeah.
Which means we could bring the couch in, because two of us can fit on a couch.
Yeah,
it's
we're
tough.
good.
It's tough when you make Jeremy look thin. That's it's a tough time.
Every time Jeremy coughs, we don't know if he's going to make it, so we just take a second.
Yeah, we have to wait
I assure
to
you,
make
I'm
sure
gonna
he
be
is
just fine.
alive.
I believe you.
Okay. We've got the chat up and everything this week.
Whoa, chat up and everything.
Yes, we figured out how to make a show in the last week since we
did
made
it.
this show last.
I'm really happy. We had the chutzpah. We had the heart that first episode. We didn't have good audio.
If you could hear it and understand what we were saying, Eisner Award winning is Eisner. Let's in comic books. Let's what's a
know.
different award? What's I don't know, the Joe Rogan Award for podcasting.
Another award is Best Female Comic in Cleveland for the 2025 Cleveland Scene Best of Awards.
Yes.
Maybe Google that, look that up, see who you can vote for.
Go vote for Tabitha.
Ew.
Tabitha? No good.
Don't like it.
Tabs. I was trying to say Tabs and Tabitha at the same time.
Gotta pick one lane.
1,000 apologies.
Thank you.
Jeremy, get off your phone,
Yeah,
you
what
faggot.
the fuck?
I am actually putting out there
I'm
that we're
sorry.
live, dummy.
Jeremy's
Oh
actually
yeah,
trying to
actually,
help the
Jeremy,
show.
do that.
He's like, we've got the chat up now. Let's get someone in it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Imagine
Jeremy.
that. You know, we're live and
I'll message my mom and let her know.
yeah.
Tell your mom to ask us questions. AMA, Tabitha's mom.
You can ask us questions.
Or,
in
you know.
the chat.
Jeremy, what about your mom?
Well, she is dead.
I know.
I pull out a Ouija board and we're like, we're gonna get comments from her tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, "Where's my stash?"
Up my butt. That's Jeremy saying that. It's not up my butt.
Oh yeah.
No.
Why does he sound like a ghost though?
I don't know. Just part of the
Yeah.
spirit, you know, the whole
The
thing.
spirit. I get it. That's why we're the best.
Yeah. The best. Period.
Yeah. Back in the saddle.
Yeah. It's like we've been doing this whole time.
Yeah, we haven't missed a beat.
No.
We so if I guess people missed, or maybe it's worth repeating, or maybe not. I don't know. It's only Chris Clem listening. He
Just
knows.
like old times.
He heard he knows all the canon.
Yeah.
We used to do a podcast around our roast battle show, although it was a lowercase roast battle show at the time, called Ad Hominem Radio, called the Ad Hominem Attack Show, called just Ad Hom. We went through various versions of the name.
It was a lot of things, and it was a lot of not actually about the show or the roast battle most of the time.
Yeah, I assume we're gonna make some effort to keep on track this time around, because this is, I mean, it's a roast battle channel. It's on RBL.live. That's launching today. If
Let's
you
go.
want to go check that out, they're aggregating. It's basically an ESPN for roast battle. It's got all the different cities submitting shows, full shows, like you would see on. I think of it like you can go, like, there's a channel somewhere on satellite TV where you can watch like every high school football game.
Yeah.
And it's now it's that for roast battle, which I guess
Fun.
it sucks that I explain it that way. I'm not saying we're a high school roast battle team by any means, but you know, the big sports packages. That's
Yeah.
the idea behind
Yeah.
it.
I totally got it.
Yes. We have stuff on there. This podcast will be in there somewhere under our shit as
Somewhere.
well.
You could find it if you try hard enough.
Yeah, that's rbl.live, and go over there later after this, and they're doing a big best of show at in the belly room tonight. I think Max Sorich, who's been here, a friend of the show,
Friend
Max
of the show,
Sorich.
Max Sorich.
He's on it. There's I think Jack Trainor's there. There's a whole bunch of very good top level battlers
Top tier, best of.
out there. So check that out on rbl.live.
After this.
After this.
After you watch and listen to this.
Also, if you're here and you love roast battle things, our episode where we had Keith Carey out as a guest judge, that's on after this at 8 on our channel. It'll be dropping.
You mean Keith
tonight.
Carey, the guy whose shirt I'm wearing?
Yes.
Whoa.
Look
at
at
that brand synergy.
Yeah.
Whoa, did you both say synergy at the same
We
time
did.
right now?
Although
That's
I don't
synergy.
I think Jeremy means synergy. Thinks synergy means wearing the same shirt for 4 weeks since that show.
Jeremy thinks synergy is a
A drink.
yeah, is a weird herbal drink.
These are synergy drinks.
Yuck. I went through a drive-through like beverage place and I asked for an Arnold Palmer and they gave me one of those and I was insulted so heavily.
I mean, this is definitely not an Arnold Palmer, so I understand.
No, it is not. Not in the slightest. Anyway.
No, that's disgusting.
It's so gross.
It's the worst of the Arizona drinks.
I just didn't want to put up a fight, so I just accepted it and drank it and was like, I don't like this.
Ugh.
It makes me so upset.
You have the palate of a street urchin.
You've got
I
the
mean,
demeanor of a street urchin.
You're a goddamn street urchin.
between this and the gas station sandwiches, I'm not arguing.
Oh my god. Dude, generic cigarettes. Arizona teas.
I don't smoke
Ugh.
generics. I smoke a name brand,
Which one?
Marlboro Black.
I think we just got kicked off of YouTube.
Oh, can I vape openly now?
Well, we're on YouTube.
Only if you want to look cool in 2014. Oh man. Saturday night. This coming Saturday, 3 days from now. You look so cool choking on fake smoke.
Is it your turn to choke and die? Yay.
Leave me alone. I'm so cool. Anyway, when's
Ladies
the
and
show?
gentlemen, Cleveland's best female comedian. Also nominated Mary, who we love, but moved 2.5 years ago.
That's my favorite.
Not a Cleveland resident anymore. Anyways, I hate that magazine.
You don't like the liberal rag?
I'm happy for
Not
Tabitha,
the
but
liberal.
I
They
don't.
better be happy for me.
I don't like any underground magazine that has a category for best apartment complex. Suck my dick. What was I gonna say? Saturday night, Final Four, Roast
Yup.
Battle Cleveland.
It's here.
We had our tournament. We all three got beat out of the tournament. Some
Beat
of us
off in the
beat off
tournament.
from the tournament. They beat us off real good. Some of us faster than others.
Well, what can I say? Logan has soft hands.
Yeah, Jeremy came right away.
Right
That's the joke.
away. First round. Spurt everywhere.
Spurt.
Hey, Jeremy, how you?
Yep. He didn't even get the first joke out, and Jeremy just came.
I haven't heard someone use the word spurt in reference to gum
Really?
in 20 years.
Wow. Okay.
There hasn't been a spurt here in 20 years.
If there-
I guess I'm just an old-fashioned type of gal.
You're an old soul. An
I
old,
just
slutty soul.
you're just a thought leader when it comes to cum.
Yeah, I'm
A
an old.
THOT.
I'm an old. I'm an old slutty soul. I call it jism.
Yeah. Yeah, getting a good jism out helps with my melancholy.
I mean, it's true though.
It does.
It does help.
Final four.
May 10th. Damn. Okay.
Remember trying to plug shows on the old podcast?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's
Final
nice to be
four.
somewhere where I can actually plug shows, though, unlike my other audio radio
Yes,
thing.
where you can plug shows.
I'm not even allowed to plug shows anymore, dude, because I make
Uh,
money on them. So
Oh.
yeah. So
Well,
since I
quit
get
lying
paid,
to them about all the money you're making. May 10th, Forest City.
It's the final four. Did we mention that?
Yeah, it's not even a plug. It's the topic of the
It's
show.
what we're
Yeah.
talking about. It's what we're supposed to be talking about. And we think if we just keep repeating those words enough in between tangents,
We're
that counts.
playing 4D chess here.
that counts as talking about it.
I'll go back and edit this, and every time we say it, it'll flash on this. It's like a, subliminal
Yeah.
thing. Get your tickets. rblcleveland.com.
ding
We could
ding.
do that.
Or if you're in the rest of the world, there's punchup.live/roast battle. That's like everybody's tickets.
All the tickets for everywhere that you can see Roast Battle.
All the cities.
Are you in Barcelona? Well, you can go see Roast Battle there.
Why do you gotta exist?
Just
Because two very ugly people had sex 44 years ago.
yikes. That's my time machine thing.
Yeah.
They're
Your
like,
mom and her brother.
if you can go back in time and stop one thing, I'm keeping Jeremy's parents from fucking.
Yeah. It's a very different version of Back to the Future.
Yeah.
So we're looking at a picture of him hoping he disappears from it. It's the whole goal.
All of a sudden, I'm Eric Stoltz.
Yes. Cher thinks you're beautiful.
I'm sure she does. I would look more beautiful with my face posted against a tree.
It's not fun when you do all the work for us. Jesus. Logan Rashaw, Pope, Kevin Eliason, and Brandon Petrie in the final four.
Those are the final four. We talked about it extensively last time.
But no one heard most of it.
But no
so
one
let's
heard it.
start with the one, Mike, that was the lowest for some reason. Didn't hear a word Jeremy said last week. What are your predictions, Jeremy?
Honestly, this is going to be a tough one to call because Pope has really been every single show that he's done, he's improved. And he's going to have to be the best he's ever been because Brandon is one of the top guys here. You know, he has traveled to Chicago. He's traveled to Austin. He does road gigs now all over the place. Like, he's a very strong writer, very strong performer. But on the other side, Logan is back to championship form. Lest we forget, Logan did win our title before. But I am going to pick the dark horse, Kevin Eliason, to come out of nowhere. He has surprised every single battle.
That's
I think it's just because he's so plain looking.
yeah.
You don't expect much out of him, and then all of a sudden he comes with the heat and he wins. And I expect him to.
he's
upset.
very difficult to roast. He's just like a tall, normal looking
Yeah.
skater dude. There's just nothing that stands out besides his giant forehead. But you look like you had something gold to spit out.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Jeremy said he comes with that heat. I argue he spurts with that.
Of course.
Sorry, that's
Yeah.
all. That's all I really had to say.
That's
Well, that was worth going back for, I'd say.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
yes, anytime we can get back to jism. It's-
Yeah.
I was bracing myself because I thought you were going to call Pope the dark horse, and I was going to have to admonish you.
We've already said Marlboros. We're doing
Yeah,
everything.
I called
wrong
Jeremy
for
the F word.
YouTube. Yeah, you
this
did.
morning.
Why'd you do
Yeah.
that?
Because he was acting like one.
Well,
I mean,
I get a pass. I got that pass. I use it.
that's true.
well, I mean, I expect in the next few months those passes are going to be relitigated thanks to a new arrival from South Florida. But we'll see.
South Florida.
Will you remember the gentleman that came to our mic on Tuesday and said, "I can say it," and then said it because he's half Dominican and half Haitian?
Oh, you mean he was talking about the N-word, though.
Yeah. I'm saying all the passes are going to get relitigated.
Yeah, I don't got no opinions on who can say the N-word. I
Me neither.
don't. Everybody else can work that out between themselves.
I'm
All I know.
I'm so glad this is live, so you could just see the bewildered look on my face to be like, I have no idea what's going on.
There was a guy at.
I gathered.
Yeah.
We don't gotta get into
There's
it.
always a guy at my open mic. The open mic Jeremy and I run that thinks they can say the N-word.
You're never getting that pizza party, man.
Yeah,
No.
it's not gonna happen.
Anyway, May 10th.
Yeah.
May 10th.
I'll just add this: me getting the F word pass was a real pain in the ass.
Shut the fuck up.
'Cause of butt sex, it's gay.
Oh my God.
Get the joke now?
I get it.
No, I'm still
Thank you.
mad at you. May 10th.
Predictions, Tabitha.
Thank you, Christopher. I see now. I'm worried because I don't remember what I said, and I'm afraid I'm gonna say the opposite.
That you had a different prediction
Yeah,
last week.
I feel like I said I was going. I think I said I was going for Pope.
I think we all were. I think we were all guessing Pope. I was going Pope. And Petrie because I think they're both battling somebody else. I think they'll be the
but
two.
it's Pope versus Petrie.
Oh, in the first
Yep.
Yeah.
first round. Okay.
Yeah, I'm putting. Yeah.
Well,
I'm
I
putting
think
Pope.
they'll both win.
I think everyone will have a good time.
Well, we're paneling. We can make that happen, but I don't want to.
Oh yeah, I love how we're like doing this podcast, like covering our shows and shit, and I still don't know what's going on any more than I did when we didn't fucking discuss this ever. I was like, oh yeah, I
Kyle-
forgot we're paneling.
Kyle's doing all the booking stuff pretty much solo at
Yeah.
this point.
I'm
so
basically the
we're
personality hire for Roast Battle Cleveland.
the Riz hire.
Yeah, I'm the Rizzler, okay? Cleveland's own Rizzler.
Do
I'm
the
a
face. There it is.
Thank you.
We've
Thank you so
done
much.
the well, I don't want to do the whole give it all away, but we're all doing different jobs this year than
Yeah, we do
previous
stuff.
years.
We do-
we do a lot.
We do things, some better than others, and that's me saying I'm not good at my job. Anyway, May 10th.
May 10th.
It'll be fun.
I think it'll be a good one. There's those four. There's a couple other battles which I wish I remembered what they were.
God damn it,
Mike
you
Gams and Justin Palco is one of them.
Mike Gams.
Yeah, Gams.
Cleveland's own.
Cleveland's own
Cleveland's own Mike.
own
Mike
Gams. And on a technicality, Cleveland's Mike Gams.
You know, and I know Mike will hear this, and I hope he doesn't mind me saying this. At first, initially, I was like, what? What? But he's grown on me quite a bit. I like Mike.
Yeah, Mike
We're
Gams
glad
rules.
we're glad to have him as a honorary Cleveland zone.
So happy.
He's more enthusiastic about Cleveland than any of the people that live here. I would include the mayor on that. He cares more about Cleveland.
Justin Bibb, get on Mike Gam's level.
Yeah, of giving a shit about Cleveland. Yeah, so yeah, the final four, we had those of all the whole tournament's been at Forest City. The Funny Stop shows are a different thing. One of which we'll have again at the end of this month, May 31st. Tabitha and I are gonna battle.
Yeah.
All right.
There's someone in the chat and they just said, "Wow, ... There are only 3 of us watching." And
Yeah,
I think we only told 3 people. That's honestly, it's the second podcast.
yeah. I don't
We're
know
cultivating a crowd. We're cultivating a following.
if I thought we were gonna have 1,000 people in this chat on the first episode, I'd kill myself right now.
That would imagine if we had a huge ass following. You put out that first episode where you couldn't hear shit, and
Yeah.
I would die immediately.
Well, I think because that first one, because last week there were a lot of people watching the live, and I think they were like, nope,
Yikes.
not it.
Yikes! Not going on.
So it may take a few weeks to get them back, but that's all right. You want to see a sad live feed? Go watch Opie Hughes, who used to be a multi-million-dollar radio broadcaster, and look at what his lives look like. Those are sad.
I don't want to.
This is like the perfect example of just like the times where I'm just like, I don't know or care about any of these men that you guys reference.
He was the Opie of the Opie and Anthony show.
Okay.
So,
Acknowledged but means nothing to me.
well, you're young and hip.
Thank you.
But Chris, think of how many
10
more
years
viewers
ago.
we would get if you did kill yourself on stream.
As soon as I just had to like restrain myself from doing the gun to the head motion.
That
Because
one.
I was just like, I gotta do it. Oh, Chris, you got me. Is this one dude blowing up the chat right now? I love him.
Yeah.
I can't see what he's saying. Did Opie have purple hair? Was that his downfall?
I don't know. He seems like he looks like he's one of those guys that thinks he's part of the show. He's trying.
We've
He's
got
trying to
4
roast
people
us, or
viewing
genuinely trying to troll. I can't tell which one. With the roast battle comment sections are tough because
Oh yeah, everyone
people want to
hates
join
me.
in. They want to join in, and boy, do a lot of them hate women.
My favorite thing about posting like clips of battles I'm doing is that certain people will see it and just be like, yeah, we're making fun of women right now. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
So then it's like me and a good friend having a good battle and like writing jokes together to make a good battle, and then someone in the comments just being like, and she should fucking die. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Get your stank ass vagina out of here. Yeah. Well, specifically, let's talk about that.
Okay.
You and there was a clip of you and Elliot's battle that has like almost 100,000 views on it on our Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And multiple people in the comment sections were like, we were in, like, Kyle and I jumped in a little bit too, and like we're kind of roasting you, but then there were points where I was like, ooh, this doesn't feel right. Because somebody it was some horrendous fat joke that wasn't even funny, and I, like Elliot, played it very classy and was just like, you're not part of this, I'm afraid.
Yeah. It's whatever. Like,
We do a show where like we just have to accept that people
Yeah.
are gonna come at us like that, but that doesn't mean we have to acknowledge all of them and feed it.
exactly. And like I liken it to like I've been on the internet like since I was probably like 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on the earliest forms of social media sites since I was probably about 10 or 11 years old. And I have gone through such horrendous, just like bullying, early doxing, people hacking my shit just because they didn't like me. And a lot of just like anonymous bullying through like the Tumblr anonymous feature and shit. People making up screen names to fucking like tear me apart. And it's just like, yeah, I'm at the point where I'm just like, that I feel like that's going to happen if I put myself out there on the internet to any extent.
Yeah.
To any sort of general or broad audience, you know?
Right.
And it's completely my choice as to if I engage with that and like either one, take it seriously and tell someone off, or two, or just like, fuck this dude, fuck this person, let me just like get them right back, you know? But when it's obviously just like someone right out the bat just being hateful and not trying to be funny in the slightest.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just
just
trying
like,
to
I'm
just
not gonna-
trolling
I'm not
or
gonna-
something. It's like, go back to 4chan. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. It's like, I've heard it all. It's like, yeah, you gonna call me Andy Milanakis again? Yeah. I've heard this shit, man.
I there was one that was so funny though. Like,
What
he
was it?
fucking nailed me. It was some other comic in another city that was like I forget what specific thing, but he was like, why do comics that don't love Opie and Anthony and watch Tough Crowd, like why do they even bother doing comedy? It was basically like, why would like liberal people do comedy at all or whatever the fuck, and or like people that don't do like, you know, like go out of their way to be offensive, like edgelords.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I love all that stuff, but like I also like, you have to like different shit. Like I like Brian Regan, he's very clean.
Mm-hmm.
There's just clean, there's different ways to do comedy, and I was like, it's like genres of music. Like if you want to be a good musician, you listen to more than one genre of music. And this dude goes, he goes, fuck, yeah, he goes, yuck, they should call you Chris Pog 'cause you thick. And I fucking died laughing as I blocked him.
Pog, 'cause you thick. I love thick as an insult. you
Yeah.
know? The British thick.
Yeah, it was so good, and I was like, fuck, I wish somebody else had thought of that.
Oh,
'Cause I'm
the guy
definitely
in the
blocking this guy.
The guy in the chat wants us to hold up the belt. He said it looks awesome.
This is courtesy
is.
of
Do I get up and hold it real close?
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay.
This is courtesy of Arizona comedian Spider Jones.
Yeah, Spider got that belt made for us back in the old Ad Hom days. Yeah, tilt it up. You can't. It's too reflective. Yeah, can kind of see. That's good. You got a good idea. The belt is the. That's
the
what they're all vying for
That's what
Saturday
the Final
night.
Four, Saturday, May 10th, are all vying for.
Yep.
That belt was kind of falling apart, and then Chris Clem really treated it with some respect here.
Yeah.
And cleaned it up, got her looking nice.
Mhm.
It lived in many a person's closet for
It's been around
a
7
few
or 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been doing roast battles since 2016, 2015.
I want to say 2016, but
Yes, 2016.
It was about a year after. I knew about it from Twitter. I followed Brian
Mhm.
Moses and those guys on J-Light on Twitter at the time and saw them. They used to do it on Periscope,
Mhm.
and then it was on TV after that. But we started doing our version with permission. I guess maybe at the time that was secret permission because there were rights to things. But and then 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, they got a hold of us when they were recruiting cities for the league.
Yeah, it was 2016 that you guys started because I did my first battle, I think July or August of 2016.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it would have been February then.
Against
Jeremy.
Yes. It was me, Jeremy, and Ryan DePerna, and nobody else at the beginning.
Nobody else.
And then we were in the back of an art gallery.
And then a community activist got upset with the art gallery for allowing BYOB. So he called the cops on us, and we had to move.
Yeah, that whole art gallery no longer exists.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing over there now.
Thanks,
Oh, no,
Henry Senyak.
It's a new place.
Is it something different now?
Yeah, it's actually a really cool place now. It's called Paradise Galleria.
Oh, nice.
And it's like this giant vintage place. They have like housewares, and the entire basement is clothes and stuff. But they have like a bunch of themed rooms. They have like a video store themed room in the back, where you get all of the like music and videos and stuff.
Do they still have a weird massage room?
Oh my God. That is hilarious because that room is now the 18 plus room, and it's wallpapered with nudie magazines, and you can get old Playboys and old pornos, and it has like a bunch of vintage negligees and stuff in it.
Crazy.
Yes.
That's so funny. I watched one of our friends throw away his heroin needles 8 times. That's it. This is the last time, man.
We did not treat that place with respect.
No.
We did not treat ourselves with respect.
No.
So we were in that place, and it was great.
It was
had
a
a good
good
old
run
time.
of shows. It was about a year. I think it lasted a year there.
About-ish, because I remember going there in the winter.
Yeah. We and then we were at East End for a couple of years. Also, part of the canopy is what the art gallery was called, and part of that period was we would all go get the hot dogs at Old Fashioned.
Yep.
After those shows.
R.I.P.
I miss it so much.
Yes.
The only place you can get a good ass coney dog, man.
Yeah, the last one. I think somebody else has their grill now. Like they brought their grill to another hot dog place, but I
think
lost
it's at the
track.
West Side Market.
Okay.
That sounds about right.
I was trying to find the sign to buy it for a while.
Yeah.
But it's somebody else has it that had the same
It was in the replacement gallery where Canopy was. Whatever.
Yeah, it was in the front window of that until that gallery shut down.
I must have not driven by there for a long time because it's
Yeah.
just been the last I remember it was just empty.
Yeah.
No, there's a bunch over there now.
We did East End for about 2 years. I think
Yeah.
it was there for maybe longer than that.
It was a while.
We came back to it too, remember?
Yeah,
Oh,
because we
yeah.
had to because we couldn't. We were because after East End we went to 78th Street,
Oh
and then
yeah,
we couldn't do 78th Street anymore.
so we went to East End.
back to East End.
For a
East
little
End
bit.
was always fun. The problem with, and this is just comedy in general. Like a lot of venues is like they'll give precedent to a wedding
Yeah.
over shows you have at their place regularly. So that's kind of
Yeah.
There was also that situation with where you had to walk through the back of our show to get to the patio in the back.
Yeah.
So then you would have people just cutting through and being very loud.
yeah.
And then poor Dylan almost got into a fight with a guy when we had him do the door, remember?
Oh yeah.
There was a dude like outside just like screaming at all of us, and
Oh, that guy was so pissed.
my-
That crackhead was mad as fuck.
my poor meek husband is just doing us a favor,
Yeah.
working the door for that night because we don't have a door person, and he's got to deal with this guy.
Dylan is alt Jim Halpert.
Essentially,
Very.
Jim Halpert, if he were a better person. Don't get me on that tangent. I hate Jim Halpert.
Okay. Well, I mean, all I mean is like if there were a camera around during that, Dylan would have looked at it and went.
Yeah,
I
I would have punched him.
Yeah,
Stop
that guy
doing that shit.
sucked. I had
Yeah.
to tackle that guy. I think I physically removed him.
Oh,
I had to do that at our other last venue. I physically carried a guy out of the spotlight during one show. That was
What
just
is it
being
about
so
us?
loud.
What? When was that? Was that the one I missed?
I don't know.
I know some shit went down the one time I was like on stage because I was hosting and I was pissed. Remember?
Oh, yeah, I ran a whole table out that time. I was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, she's talking to you guys. You guys got to shut the
I
fuck up."
was
And they all just
so
left.
mad.
No, this was this was some little guy. And he came in drunk as fuck, and he was wearing like just a wife beater, and he was just a little man syndrome. And when I was standing next to him, he kept talking, and I go, "You gotta shut the fuck up before I make you leave." And then he got real quiet, and then I went up to do a battle, and as soon as I walked away from him, he's like, "I'll fuck you up." And I just stopped in the middle of my battle. I was like, "Get him out. Get him out."
Mm.
And then when he was like trying to like fight me the whole time I was on stage,
Yeah.
and I walked, as soon as I was done, I walked over and I literally just picked him up like this and carried him
No.
outside.
Because there's only one way to go at that point.
Yeah.
In
Get
the
the fuck
bar.
out. Let's go outside. I'm forever about to throw down with a heckler at these shitty, some of these shitty situations.
Sorry.
Yeah. Spotlight was where we were after 78th Street in a return to. We did East End for a little bit, and then we did Mayhall's apartment twice, and then that all got rearranged. So where else? I swear
Oh yeah,
we've done.
we couldn't do 78th Street anymore because none of us would suck the fire marshal's dick.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
We needed
We-
we just needed one of us to be down with blowing the fire marshal, and we would have been fine.
None
But
of
he
us
was
would do
too
it.
fat. Too fat.
The fire marshal was.
Too fat and not black enough to blow.
Damn.
What a shame.
I'm kidding. I don't remember what happened.
I didn't even get eyes on him. No, I just remember we were like packing out the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where like they were essentially like, you can't do this anymore
Yeah.
because the fire marshal will kill all of you unless you suck his dick. That was the conversation we had with them, swear.
Yep.
It is,
That's
and
exactly
we all tried to convince Chris to be the
word
big
for
man on
word.
campus and do the job, and he said it's biphobia for us to keep
To
assuming
just
that we're going to
assume
suck
I
all the
have
dicks.
to do it. You're all, half a homophobe. Yeah, it's always we've never had to move because we weren't making the venue enough money. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
We
It's-
constantly had to move because we were making them too much money.
Yeah.
Even when we did Bop Stop, we did all right there.
Oh, damn, Bop Stop.
Oh, we did do a couple.
Remember when
there.
the power went out at Bop
Yes.
Stop?
We had to do our battle in the dark, basically.
in the dark, just screaming because we had no mics.
roast
Yep.
battle in the dark?
It was so good.
Roast jokes are so much meaner when you have to scream them.
That was when I had the Blow Me Like Tabitha Jones shirt made.
Yep, and I still have it to this day.
Oh yeah. There's a roast me like Jeremy Shear shirt I saw somebody wearing. Which
Yeah.
one was first?
roast me
You're
like Jeremy Shear shirt because I came up with that idea and Jeremy got the shirt made. And so then his roast joke was that I came up with his merch idea, so he came up with mine.
Yeah.
And just said, blow me like Tabitha Jones.
Mm-hmm.
That was a rough battle. That was a tough one.
We've had some tough ones.
Jim Ross from WWE would call it a slobberknocker. It's a real slobberknocker.
Yeah.
Which is a funny word when the main last joke was a blowjob joke.
Yeah.
I feel like slobberknocker means sucking on titties, though.
Oh, yeah, Slobberknockers.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a real titty sucker. I don't know.
A real titty sucker. That's what we have to do for with battles with like real sexual tension.
This is a real
Shut up, Jerry Lawler. This is a real titty sucker.
This one was a real titty sucker. Suck each other's titties right now.
Sexually aggressive Jim Ross.
Suck each other's through gritted teeth.
We got a fucking spit take on tape.
Through gritted teeth. Suck each other's titties right now.
Benoit with the flying headbutt. I'll tell you about some fucking head baller.
Do it. Do it.
He's gonna land on the dick. Off the top rope with an open asshole.
You ever just pull out a knife and just be like, you gotta suck each other's titties right now? Or is that just me?
It's just you. And yeah.
Damn. Okay.
And this is why we don't hang out in the Imposter's Green Room.
It's you and the guy that owns Town Hall.
I wish I act like I have a lot of money, you know? I act really terrible. But
it's
don't
good that
have
you're
a lot of
prepared.
money. Someday, I'll have all that money. I'll be like, I know exactly what to do. Gun.
The idea of someone that just does that, they suck each other's titties.
Suck each other's titties right now.
And then just stops at like that's as far as it goes.
No, yeah, there's never anything more. It's just about.
Yeah, it's not creepy. It's just the one thing.
Just the one thing.
Just.
And he asks them. He's like, "Is it okay if I bring out a knife and I scream at you to suck each other's titties?"
You gotta get
I'm like,
okay.
yeah, it's cool.
It's
like,
more like
you.
role play than at that point.
It's like if someone just asked, I'd probably be like, fine. So don't surprise me with it.
Fine,
Right now.
suck the titties. Act like I never sucked a titty before.
They're not gonna suck themselves.
Oh man, live. We do it live now, you guys.
This is all stuff that would have gotten the dump button on CSP. So
after last week's episode, I got real stoned. We have our pull back the fourth wall. We have our sketch group meetings after this show. The three of us are in a sketch group together called the Sad Boys Social Club.
Let's go, bitches.
Check out. We have 2 full-length, like sort of sitcom episodes up there if you want to look at them.
Live sketch mixed with video because we are multimedia bitches.
But I got so high. We were watching the last show before we posted it, and I just kept thinking like, oh my god, what did I say on the podcast? I was like, it was live. Because last week while we were live, I kept thinking I'll edit this later. And then when it was done, I was like, oh, I'm not. This is already out.
That was done.
This is
That
done.
was
The
out
whole
there.
idea here was to not have to edit anything.
We've got a question in the chat from the same guy that's been in the chat the whole time. But he's asking the question of, off the top of your heads, what are your favorite roast jokes you've landed before that you're super proud of, since you guys are being sentimental?
I like that question.
Thank you
That's
so
a
much,
good
Charles
question.
Wilson.
Charlie's being more reasonable than the beginning of the chat.
Yeah, he's having a good time.
Good. Um,
Do you
that's
guys
a
have
that's
any?
a great question. Do you?
Guys have
That's
any?
a great question. Do you?
Honestly, it was the first show that we did where I did a swing and a miss in a battle against John Burton, and I had a my friend Al, who is African American, come up and read my jokes because I said this is a trap to catch me at being racist, so I'm going to have Al read these jokes. It didn't work, but in the second round, the first joke I told was like, "You've never sent a dick pic because you don't want people to know that your vocabulary isn't the whitest thing about you." And as soon as that hit, I was like, "Okay, I'm back in it. Let's go."
Hell yeah. Mine that I'm super super proud of. I've had a few that have been like really like kind of dumb bits. I love to do like really absurd shit with like a long form roast joke. And I've done two that have been like rhyming schemes or songs. And my favorite was, and because it was just like overkill, because I did two to four lines of it. It was against Kyle, the gigantic man that was on the podcast last week. And I said, Kyle, you look like if Augustus Gloop escaped the chocolate chute but never learned his goddamn lesson. Hey, Kyle, oompa loompa doopity doo. I have some solid advice for you. Oompa loompa doopity deet. If you don't change, you'll lose both your feet. And he straight up after that, while the crowd's reacting, just goes, I mean, what do I even do?
What do I even say?
What do I even do?
I remember it killed because and to add to it, like you were on stage, like you were in the battle and did the entire act out and like really sang it. And
yeah. And it was one of those where like I wrote it and I'm like, this might be like kind of overkill, but I'm really, really proud of this. And once it hit, I was just like, fuck yeah, this is the best thing I've ever written.
For context, though, he dressed exactly like a Augustus Gloop at your wedding.
He did. He had his little short pants.
Oh yes, yeah,
I should have gotten him lederhosen.
Mine was in my battle. I battled James Earl Brassfield, who's a fat black guy, and I said that he's so fat he would have been counted as 1 3/5 of a person.
That's so good.
And it's on video on the Instagram somewhere, but it didn't. The rest of the battle wasn't as good as that joke, so it didn't get the attention I thought it should have.
I have a James joke that I love so much, which was one time James passed out in front of me, out cold, but hit the ground so hard his glasses flew across the room. I had to give James credit, though. Once the initial shockwave wore off and the surviving bystanders came to, the resulting universe that had been created was magnificent. He's so fat.
My James Earl Brassfield joke falling down was just going, do the Brassfield, then falling over.
Yeah, it's the new move. Oh, are we at 7 o'clock already?
We are.
Yes, we are at the end of this podcast.
Wow,
for this
it's so
week.
easy yapping with you broads.
Thanks, sis.
Yeah, but we did start a few minutes late. That is my fault. I'm still figuring out how to broadcast.
Second episode, baby. At least you can hear us now.
Yeah.
Yes, we've gotten that far. So we're calling it the Best Damn Roast Battle Podcast. Period. It is not as much a claim as it is a parody of the sports network show back in the aughts, I think.
Yes.
I feel like Jay Moore was involved with that. Was that a Jay Moore thing? I don't know.
There were a few.
Maybe it was just a guest on one I saw or something.
I don't know these men. Sorry to this man. I don't know these men.
At any rate, that's where the name came from. But we'll make the claim too. Why not? Who gives a shit? We go hard for Cleveland. That's hard in Cleveland. That's also my name on Grindr.
He's the original Hard in Cleveland. There are like 20 of them.
That's all?
Last I checked.
Okay. Get on it, Cleveland. Got to get harder.
Well, we're being told it's time to retire from podcasting. I
He
can't make
did
heads or tails of this fucking Charlie Wilson guy in the chat.
I'm down with him. He
I
asked
know
a really good question. I was like, I'm on board.
Yeah.
Also,
gave
he
us
was
a
he
few
was
minutes.
talking some real truth about conies being like the best dogs, and I
Yeah.
agree.
Which there's still one place you can get them besides the West Side Market, and that is over on Pearl and Denison.
Mm-hmm.
It's Sal's.
Okay.
It's they still have the chili recipe from Steve's lunch.
Yo, let's go.
So
That's some real Cleveland shit for ya.
Sal's. We're gonna get out of here and go to Sal's Hot Dogs.
Eat some wieners.
Damn right.
Eat some wieners.
They're gonna be spurting that coney sauce everywhere.
Spurt that sauce. Spurt that sauce. Spurt
Sal's
that sauce.
Conies. It'll cure your melancholy. Head over to roastbattlecleveland.com for tickets to our shows. Subscribe to this channel for future shows. At SeaWorld Ashtray for Tabitha Jones on Instagram. At Dirty Shear everywhere for Jeremy Shear.
Everywhere.
And at Chris E. Paw for me everywhere. Okay, thank you for tuning in. That's it for the week. Thank you. Thanks. Goodbye.
Hail Satan.
Bye.